What's up, AnimeBallZ fans? Ray here with another episode of What's in Japan, the show where I find out what anime is coming out in Japan over the next couple of months, and I tell you about it in the hopes that you'll find it interesting enough to check it out when it finally reaches Australia. With that being said, let's get started on this week's anime. First up on my list is an anime called Space Battleship Yamato 2199, which actually, for those of you playing at home, is a remake of the original series Space Battleship Yamato, released in 1974. Now, I'm not sure how many of you guys have actually gone back over anime history and watched some of the older series, but I actually did a little bit of research on this one, just out of curiosity, like ages ago, and it was actually a really decent series. They haven't really changed much for the remake. I think one of the characters has a different position on the ship than they did in the original series. But apart from that, everything seems to be in place. Just the graphics and dubbing have been updated and everything. The plot of the series is as follows. The year is obviously 2199, as the name of the series implies. And the once blue and green planet Earth has been reduced to a radioactive desert wasteland by constant attacks from the hostile aliens that come from the planet Gamulus, which force the remaining population underground. So Earth's being attacked and everyone's just tunneled underground to try and get away from the aliens, kind of sounding like Gurren Lagann a little bit. However, to the benefit of the humans, a friendly alien race from the planet Iskandar contacts the humans and gives them the blueprints to build a powerful space battleship capable of retrieving a device to clean the planet before humanity disappears. They build the ship and they dub said ship Space Battleship Yamato. So the series revolves around the crew of the Space Battleship Yamato as they travel the galaxy looking for this mysterious device that's going to help them clean the planet and lower the radiation so humans can start living on the surface once again. It is very... what's the word I'm looking for? It's very story-based, as most sci-fi anime are. So if you're into your easy to watch, not really paying much attention to what happens anime, then I don't recommend this one to you. But if you're into series like Ghost in the Shell, Metropolis, those ones that really require you to focus and pay attention as you're watching, then definitely give Space Battleship Yamato 2199 a look out, because it is really good. Alternatively, if you can't wait until April when it starts broadcasting, then just go check out Space Battleship Yamato, the 1974 version. That one was also really good. And it was actually released to English-speaking audiences known as Space Cruiser Yamato. So, yeah, check that one out. Next up on my list for this week is an anime called Ginga Ki Otay Majestic Prince. It's set in the latter half of the 21st century, so from 2050 onwards, and humans have left the Earth and begun to live in space, because we messed this world up terribly. In order to adapt to the environment in space and deal with the hostile aliens that somehow live on Jupiter, genetically engineered children called princes are artificially raised and trained to be pilots of armed robots that are known as Advanced High-Standard Multi-Purpose Battle Devices. Children that have been raised to be pilots of giant mecha. That's never gone wrong before, has it? No, I don't think so. This is a story about one of the teenage princes who's known as Hitachi O Izuru, who studies in an academy city known as Grand Zell. So, it's definitely going up the route of a Gundam series by way of Neon Genesis Evangelion, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that psychologically disturbing for viewers. It does look like it's going to be very action-based with a little bit of story, maybe a lot of story in the background. Series like these tend to be like that, but definitely promising to look like a lot of action. So yeah, if you're into giant mecha animes, then definitely give this one a look. Finally on my list for this week is an anime called Devil Survivor 2, the animation. Now, I might be wrong, I doubt I am, but I may be wrong, so I'm just going to point that out. I believe that this series is based off the video game Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2, which was released by Atlus, who seem to have done so popular or so well with their popular series Persona 4 the animation that they've decided to turn one of their other games into an anime. So, time will tell whether this one is another huge hit for Atlus or whether they've swung and missed this time. Hopefully, I really hope that they do well, because Persona 4 was absolutely amazing. Anyway, the story of this anime is that mysterious invaders called the Septentrions arrive in Japan and begin attacking the country on a Sunday, because I guess something interesting has to happen on Sunday, because nothing else ever does. So to fight back, the heroes in Devil Survivor 2 signed a pact with the devil to become the 13 devil messengers. The Septentrions show up at least once a day, and you have a time limit of 7 days to defeat them. So the anime would focus around what looks like the three main characters, who are known as the Devil Messengers, and whenever the aliens known as the Septentrions turn up and start wrecking the place, they have 7 days or 1 week to find them and destroy them. Sounds fairly straightforward. Looks like another action focused anime. But if it's anything like Persona 4, then it's going to delve a little bit into paranoia and psychological themes. So if you're a youngin', I wouldn't recommend this one because it may mess with your head a little bit. But if you loved Persona 4 like I did, then definitely give this one a check out. So at the end of another week of What's New Japan, I've told you about Devil Survivor 2, the animation, which is based on the game Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2. I've told you about what sounds like a blatant ripoff of Neon Genesis Evangelion with kids piloting giant mechas and all that stuff. And I've told you about an anime that is a remake of a 1974 series which was named Space Battleship Yamato, which was absolutely amazing. That's another week of What's New Japan. I've been Ray. Catch you on the flip side. Right, before I forget, I should probably start mentioning this. If you happen to be in Melbourne on the 13th and 14th of April, then make sure that you're at the Melbourne Showgrounds for the SupaNova Pop Culture Expo. It's going to be absolutely amazing. There's going to be so many guests, including, but not limited to, the Japanese voice actor for Oscar from Neon Genesis Evangelion. David Hasselhoff's going to be there, although I doubt that David Hasselhoff has actually been in any anime. Adam Baldwin is going to be there. Again, I don't think he's been in any anime, but fans of Firefly and Serenity are going to be going nuts at that news. Vic Mignogna is going to be there once again, as well as Greg Sipes, who hasn't been in an anime series, but he is well known in the Western world for his role in cartoons. He's been in Ben 10, Ultimate Alien, Teen Titans, and one of my personal favorite series, Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. So yeah, definitely make sure that you go down to SupaNova at the Melbourne Showgrounds on the 13th and 14th of April. We'll definitely be there, and we hope to see you there.